Hello everyone, it's Jade and welcome to a speed build on the channel. So this is a speed build for a new LP that will be coming in, and it will be for the new expansion pack for Rent. It has taken me a very long time to kind of get to where I want to be to start this LP because I've been extra dramatic. So I'm pulling a lot of households that I've, just kept in my saves for a very long time. So for example, we pull somebody from our Big Sister Challenge, we get somebody from our high school years, we also get somebody from our Snowy Escape LPs. So I'm kind of pulling a lot of people from, previous LPs just to have a bit more of like a family vibe. But that's why I was very excited about apartments, because we can have so many people, living in the same area, but you don't have to necessarily control them, and they're all in the same lot, so you can kind of visit them and have them around. So if you know me, that's the way I kind of play. Like, I'll keep a lot of households close by, or kind of live with my elders until they grow old. But how awesome is it going to be if you can just have your elders in an apartment, or like a little granny flat at the back? I didn't think about that until just now. Teehee. So this build kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone because a lot of the style of this pack isn't necessarily my style, especially my build style and the type of woods and whatnot. But I had a lot of fun. I loved that there was a really rich green in this, and so I definitely utilized that on the outside. But you will definitely see me using a lot of the same patterns that I always use, like the same woods, the same structures inside, the same layouts for bathrooms and kitchens. This kitchen actually really annoyed me. The thing is that I had the idea that we'd have the same kind of kitchen and bathroom per unit, per apartment. And so a lot of the time I would build and then I would go to the other side and build the exact same thing, come back, build in this one, and then do the same changes in the other side, which means that I was going back and forth a lot. And so this video is so choppy, and I've actually done it in two parts because of how large it is. But when you think about it, I have built 4 houses in a sense in the size of one house. But really, it could just be the size of a mansion. But if you guys know me, I take a very long time to build, and I probably say this every build, but I'm a very slow builder, and sometimes it's a lot of the time because I'm doing stuff at the same time. Like, I might be watching a TV series on the side or some YouTube, and I'm not fully focused on the build. So I've got to go through. So I think I've edited down probably, I would say at least 8 to 10 hours of building to 40 minutes potentially, and then I've also gone back through and I've reduced it again. So I think this video was originally 25, but I got it down to 20, but it's kind of crazy because I am very nervous about talking for that long, but we'll make it work. But yeah, so what I also love about this pack is that it brings in a lot of the island paradise kind of terrain. Okay, so my apologies. I mean island living, not paradise, which I've missed. Oh my god, my dog just said at the same time. I wonder if you heard that. But I don't really use a lot of the island paradise kind of terrain, like trees and the plants and the shrubs, more because it doesn't really match a lot of the vibes where I'm living. So I got really excited when I realized that this world actually has a lot of the same similar kind of details. Like, the water's beautiful, we've got that tropical kind of plants, the palm trees. I was very excited to use the palm trees again. The only thing I wish, I guess, is that I had picked a larger lot, but you gotta deal with what you gotta deal with. And also, I kind of wish I'd started like a really like broken down home, and then we've kind of, rented out a room kind of thing, or like a half apartment, and then we build and expand. But I can always get into that at a later date. But yeah, I think I was just really excited to kind of have a lot of people live in the same building. And I didn't really think about, what it would be like to be an owner and the tenant. So I think it'll be really interesting to see me try and play this LP, because I've just already kind of gotten to where I would normally go. Because a lot of the time I play from like, not in a sense rags to riches, but like, yes. So I don't start in like a legacy setting where we only have like $1,000. I start in like a, this is my household, they only come with like $14,000. Let's build off of this, and then we'll work to getting our money, and then we'll build our empire up. But with this one, I've built this whole place, we've moved into it, and now we're here. So I think I feel a little lost in the LP, just because I'm not used to being like at a space where we have everything that we need. So maybe that will make this a bit more gameplay enriched, and we can go through the Tamarani and live. I hope I Tamarani. Oh, I just stuttered so bad there. Please let me. But yeah. And of course I did my little gazebo bit where I have the shrubs on top, like the, what do you call it? Like the greenery on top. I'm very excited about hopscotch. I think I've played through about a part of this already before I've come into voicing the speed build, but it's so cute just to have Sims autonomously in the building as well. So we have like a first floor shared like sitting area, very basic, no TV in there, probably should have got a TV. Second floor, we have a shared bathroom, and then we have the shared outdoor spaces down the bottom, which is so, it's just so nice to just have, you know, just walk past somebody and then they start chatting, or them all be in the bathroom just chatting about something random, which obviously they shouldn't all be in the bathroom, but did you just hear my dog clawing at my mat? But yeah, it's just nice to have them all around. And then because it's such a larger family, so I've got my couple, their daughter, and one of the couple's grandmother living in the same unit. So they also have one of the couple's brother and sister living in the same apartments. We also have then another family which is in this red apartment, and then we also have a single lady with her cat in the bottom because that's a mood. I'm a single lady. No, I'm not a single lady anymore. Teehee. But I live by, I'm so sorry if I teehee. I've got a co-worker who does it at work all the time. And you know how you just pick up habits from people? But she's a cutie, so I think that's why I've done it. I just want to be just like her, you know. But of course, this side of the apartments is for, why am I speaking like a bot? Because I'm trying to think. But this side of the apartments is for Harden. Oh my god, Harden? Oh my gosh, Hayden Harlow. Save me, Lord. For Hayden Harlow and Cassandra Harlow, because they are now married. They have a daughter and they actually have a little bud in the oven on the way, and I'm very excited. But I know that, I was gonna call him Harden again, that Hayes is actually from quite a, you know, wealthy family. His dad is like high up in business and put him and his sister through high school. So he's from my high school years. But I just thought this is really cute. Like Cassandra just wanted to get away from their, you know, rich family. She wanted to go back to some more culture, you know, more of an islandy kind of green getaway with punch. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But so they've moved into these apartments, and that's where the theme of red comes from, because I wanted it to kind of match her goth feels, the same as if you would put Bella Goth anywhere. So I believe her actual outfit is red as well, but it's quite cute. Also, I have been thinking pretty much just after doing a voiceover for this that I might actually change the LP a little bit. I'm thinking we might just keep all these as rentals, and we're just renting at the moment, but we do want to move into owning our own apartments. And it gives me the opportunity to do a bit more building, which is going to be to my detriment because they're going to sit in my folder for a while like this one has, and then it's going to take me a while to edit them, and then I'm going to come back to them, finally do a voiceover. But I did start that little build today, and it's kind of really cute, and it's got a cute name. And I feel like that's the first time I've actually done a proper build for myself. But yeah, so that's just going to be another build that will be coming in the future. This is going to be a 2-part build because it's so large and it's, you know, customized to the characters, which is why I wanted to pick who was moving in where first so that I could kind of build to them. It's hard. No, I'm putting myself down with my imagination, but I find it better to build if I know the sim style and maybe like a color coordination, which is just my kind of obsession in that space, but it's just the way I work. Also, sorry if I'm saying but a lot. I don't even realize that I do it sometimes. But it do be what it do be. But I have tried, oh, also was back, sorry guys. I did try to go with like color themes throughout this and tried not to go to my usual color palette. So we've got greens, we've got reds, we've got pinks. I'm not really a big pink person. I'm usually like quite neutrals and maybe like more rich colors, if that makes sense. And my voice has gone croaky for a moment. But I just thought it would be a really good idea to kind of enrich, you know, the I'm so sorry, the Pomeranian. I will understand soon, I promise. But the second part, I'll know what I'm talking about. But I wanted to use like the enriched colors that came with this pack as well. So that's what was kind of my theme here. We did have like the basic woods, more of like a wicker and weave kind of wood in this expansion pack, but still worked with it. I'm also sad that we don't have as many rundown doors as the green. So the green's like the only windows and doors that are run down, like chipped. I wish there was more of that, especially because, you know, you might go from like a a crappy first apartment to an amazing apartment, you know, that kind of vibe. But oh well. But oh well, indeed. I don't know why I said it like that. But I had a lot of fun building this, of course, and I definitely intended to fit both my red apartment and my green apartment all in this one part. But because they're both 2-story, I think I was getting a little carried away or in my head about some of the buildings. In a sense, the lounge rooms in both, because I just didn't know what to do with them, and I wanted a lounge room but I didn't really have the space because they're quite thin apartments. So I had to get a bit creative, and that's why I kind of just had a pause, and then I've just gone to creating the entire green apartment. So that's pretty much what this whole majority of the rest of this part will be, is just the green apartment. Then we come back into the second part where we finish off the red apartment and we go through the pastel apartment and the vibrant apartment. There you go. That's all the names for them. I'm so good. I was also tempted not to use the new bed, or I didn't want to overuse it, if that makes sense. I really, like, as a child, I loved those kinds of curtained bed frames. It was all I ever wanted. I wanted one of those, I don't know if you guys know, but I don't know if it's like, it's not an Australian thing, but the fly princess nets that you have above like beds that used to hang to kind of keep the flies out, or you could have like, that was the dream when I was younger. That's all I ever wanted, and it never happened, and I saw other people living my dream. So I always have a love for those in The Sims, but I don't think I've ever used them. I know that we got a new one with the urban pack, the urban stuff pack kit. I don't even remember what it was, guys. I'm so bad. I'm just here. I don't remember pack names. I called the island living pack earlier Island Paradise from The Sims 3. Also, that just got me really excited about The Sims 3 because I'm thinking I'm just going to do a time jump in my Sims 3 LP, and then we're just going to go into the next pack, because we've been playing Generations for quite a while now, and Generations is definitely the biggest like pack that a lot of people love, but I'm very keen on just like changing it up. We've got 7 kids in that LP, and I just did a break. It's not the 100 baby challenge. Why is there so many kids in there? My next generation, I should just have 1 kid. That's really smart, Jade. Well done. I had a lot of fun in this bathroom. One of my favorite colors is green. I have 2 favorite colors. Let's get to know each other, guys. But I have a love for green and purple. Definitely purple has been a favorite for longer, but just, I don't know, greens. I think it's the life that green brings. Like, because I live in Western Australia, right? I was like, am I exposing myself? I had to pause that for a second. I live in Western Australia, right? So this is like, this part of the country is very like in summer and hot weathers when it's not winter. I was gonna say winter or blah, blah, blah. But it gets like, everything gets brown. So all the grass that used to be green, it's just like a yellowy brown. There's just like wheat looking stuff everywhere. It's a little less vibrant. So that's when it hits like winter time. I'm absolutely like, I'm amazed. And my dog's barking, I'm so sorry. But like, I'm amazed at how green things are. Like, I could just drive places and look at all the green because I love it so much. And now I've started having plants in my house because apparently in the last 2 years, I've decided to stop killing plants, and my dog actually hates me. To be able to have plants in my house and not have them die. I don't know, maybe I was just at a tragic point in my life and they were just feeding off my depressed girl energy and now it's green. But I absolutely love green, and it's just hit me in the last couple of years where I want a green bed set. I want just green, you know, walls. No, I don't. I actually remember when I was, I must have been like 15 or 14, and my dad let me paint my room, and I painted it jade green. Of course, I'm so funny. But sorry, that was a little bit of a random rant about my life in the color green. But I love greens very much, on the light side, like a kind of like a limey, a dull lime, if that makes sense. Maybe like a baby poo. No, not the baby poo. But yeah, and the deep greens, like the forest greens. Ooh. What's your favorite color? Yeah, that's really pretty. Honestly, I would have used green in all the apartments if I could, but I did want to use a variety of colors and to use all the colors that came with this pack, which is why I think the main reason I actually chose green was because it was the only rustic looking, like used looking windows and doors, and that's kind of my main motivation in this. So that's where green came from, but also a favorite color. That's why I put plants in every apartment, because I think it looks beautiful, and I would in my own kind of life if I could, but I feel like I murder plants. But it has changed in the last couple of years. I am growing as a person. You know, if I can take care of a dog and plants, surely I can take care of myself. What a good joke, right? Oh, adulting is hard. But yeah, so I believe I kind of went through here. I made the toddler, not the toddler room, the infant room, which will obviously still match in with the toddler. But I'm actually so excited for her to age up into a child, even though we haven't actually started the LP yet. But I'm just really excited for the family to grow. I'm excited to see where this pack takes us. All the culture we can explore. Really excited about the floating lanterns, and I think there's a lot more to this pack that I still haven't unlocked or am aware of yet, and I'm really excited to get to that. But for now, we're just gonna keep continuing with the rooms and just kind of learning as we go. But in this room, I tried to use some other colors besides the general like blues, yellows, and I was gonna say in greens, but obviously greens in here, and there's blue in here, don't even worry about me. But just like general like baby colors, like the pastels of like pink and blues that you would normally use for general genders of babies. I tried to use a bit more of like a darker blue, which I realize is kind of like a very big color theme throughout this house. It's something different than the usual. And I did reuse a lot of the same carpets, but I wanted the same style throughout a lot of the apartments, just to have that kind of Tamarani kind of lifestyle edge to the building anyway. I also almost went for a more vibrant blue, which I probably should have now thinking about it because the world's very vibrant, but I didn't go with it because I'm a, you know, a special bean. And I did use some yellows as well, but I really like the yellows that we use in the apartment on the first floor. I try my best to go out of my comfort zone in that space as well. Also, sorry for saying that space. A lot of my work talk comes through when I'm talking a lot, and when I mean my work talk, I work as like an employment coach, so I work with a lot of people trying to get employments, so it's very much talk about progression. But anyway, so I liked that there are a few packs that I don't normally use that I could use in this build as well. A lot of things that I don't normally use to kind of, you know, finally use them. That doesn't even make sense. But finally give them the showcasing that they deserve. And of course we've got some plants. I'm pretty sure that frame is actually from the witch pack that I've never actually used. I don't think I've ever actually used a spellcaster either, which is kind of crazy. And I hate that I keep saying crazy like that. But that's what I should actually do. I should make like a, not make, but play for myself, like a supernatural kind of LP, like with the vampires. I did play with the werewolves probably more than I have the vampires and the spellcasters, but I think that might be a really nice idea to kind of get back to the basics. I really want to do an LP with just experiencing each stuff pack, which I'd probably just, maybe I should make my own challenge. Ooh, that's a really good idea. And then I could do an LP for my own challenge. Writing that down right now. But that, because all I always want to do is I just want to be experiencing the packs. So I might just go through that and like do some packs, some aspirations, some careers. And I have like a really big addiction for completing collections, which I haven't done or attempted to try since the Not So Berry challenge, which is also a good idea because you're working specifically with like colors, but you don't necessarily have to follow the colors. But I really did try to do a bit of clutter in these buildings so they actually look lived in, that they've got a bit more personality in them, which is very fun for me because I love to do clutter and I love adding new things and trying to kind of expand on like the personalities of the people living inside. Like what kind of room would Sari have? She's an elder, so we've got kind of like delicate plants. We've also got the the stitch making, the cross stitch, and an old lamp in there that she's probably had for a very long time. But I think the vibe suits her. There's not too much in there at the same time because I also don't want myself to lag too bad as well. But I'm finding that with all the packs and all the CC that I have involved, it's actually starting to lag a little bit. But what can you do? It's part of the game. Also, the painting that I just put up is very expensive and we do sell it because my girls need money. But I even went to the effort of putting a lot of clutter underneath the staircase. I don't think I did it with any other households, but obviously this is my played-in household, so I went the extra mile with these guys. But anyway, guys, I'll be leaving it here for today. I hope you guys are having an amazing day and I'll talk to you guys in the next part. Bye!